My fellow Americans, tonight I want to talk to you about Syria, why it matters, and where we go from here.
With those words, President Barack Obama began to make his case for military action in Syria, a violation of international law, he said. A dictator committing atrocities while the world looks the other way, he proclaimed. The president once again walked the American people through the evidence that he says proves Syrian President Bashar al-Assad used chemical weapons. But he wasn't the only one with a message last night. Dozens of protesters gathered outside to tell the president they've had enough American intervention.
We presently have a POTUS who is a trigger-happy fraud. And we need to recognize this because we have lost face in the international community.
I think it's a sad day when we have a Secretary of State who's supposed to be our highest diplomat in this country, who, instead of using creative diplomacy, instead is trying to play the role of Minister of War.
There's about 100 people. They've brought large signs. They have seats actually set up and loudspeakers and whatnot. They streamed the entire speech loud, and there was a lot of open dialogue and open criticism to what the president was saying. Obviously, every single person here is very, very against intervention in Syria, and they want to make their point known, which is why they're out here expressing their thoughts and their views. Over the past week, we have seen protests across the country opposed to Syrian intervention.
Hands off Syria!
The latest polls indicate that 60% of Americans are against action, even if it is a limited strike. And they say the president might finally be listening.
Well, let's first be clear. President Obama wanted to go in and just start bombing, period. It was only because we, the American people, rose up and said, wait a minute, that he decided to go to Congress.
But not everyone out protesting last night was against the idea of intervention. A lone protester made his case for war.
We think that the truest way to peace in Syria is intervention. What we have now is appeasement, and appeasement never works. Assad is another Hitler. He's another Hitler, and if he doesn't get stopped, his forces and the extremists are going to march through the Middle East.
Some say the president is using too much force. Others say not enough. Just about everyone has an opinion on Syria, but the ultimate decision comes down to the president.
Terrible things happen across the globe, and it is beyond our means to right every wrong. But when, with modest effort and risk, we can stop children from being gassed to death and thereby make our own children safer over the long run, I believe we should act.
In front of the White House, Meghan Lopez, RT.